I'm Trish. Welcome back to my kitchen. It's Valentine's Day, and tonight I am making egg drop soup. This recipe is for my friend Caitlin, who has wanted to learn some new recipes for soup. This is really easy, very forgiving, and you don't have to measure exactly. So, cooking should be intuitive, and I think that you'll do a fine job. Just make it the way you want to. The ingredients are pretty simple. We've got 3 cups of water. We have some vegetable bouillon, turmeric, cornstarch, peas, carrots, onions, sesame seed oil, and an egg. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is mix a little bit of our bouillon with the cold water. It's really important that this water be cold. Not so much for the bouillon, but for the cornstarch. Cornstarch will lump up, and the recipe calls for 2 teaspoons for 3 cups of water. I don't think that it matters very much because people have different preferences on how thick it should be. You just want it to be thick enough to give your egg a little bit of balance and show your vegetables somewhat suspended. It's more visually appealing. We'll get this all mixed, and then I'm going to add a little bit of turmeric to mine. This is not critical to the recipe. I say that a lot. A lot of things I do are just for visual appeal more than taste or effect. The turmeric is going to give this a nice bright yellow, and I'm just going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon. Oh, this is going to be gorgeous. I'm going to put this on the stove over low heat and stir it until it starts to thicken a little bit. While we're waiting for that to warm up, we're going to crack our egg and scramble it. Oh, good job. No eggshells this time. Now that it's scrambled, I'm going to add a little bit of water to this and scramble it a little more. Ultimately, this gives us a better consistency and makes it easier to work with. Our soup is starting to get warm. I'm going to go ahead and whisk it. I don't want the cornstarch to collect on the bottom and form lumps. If you're not a vegetarian, you can use chicken bouillon for this or chicken broth. If you want some additional protein, you can add little pieces of chicken, you can add pieces of pork. I rely strictly on the egg and the peas. A lot of people don't know that peas have protein in them. For 2/3 of a cup, which is what I'm using in this recipe, there is 5 grams of protein. Our soup base has come to a simmer, so I'm going to add our carrots. We'll add the peas, and we'll add our sweet onion. I'm going to give this a stir. It really has a nice consistency. Now, here's the fun part. We're going to pour our egg through a slotted spoon to form the ribbons. You want to stir it in a circular motion. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. We'll let this cook on low for about 5 minutes, and the vegetables won't be soft, but I don't want them to be. I like them just warmed and still almost a little bit crunchy. That's why I cut the carrots so small. While this steams with the cover on it, I'm going to get my guest rooms ready for this evening. It's Valentine's Day, and I have a few little chores to finish up. Our soup is done, and all we have left is to plate it and serve it. The last step, if you want to be a little bit extra, is to add some sesame oil. If you don't have sesame oil, you can use olive oil, and it works just as well. Just a little bit gives it flavor. I have someone staring in the window at me while I make videos today. Maybe she's going to learn a new recipe. Here's our gorgeous egg drop soup. Caitlin, let me know how this turns out for you.